Why, Mr. Enguarde! Mal Enguarde and Ron Kurita were huge rivals with each other.
How do you know they were rivals? How do you know?
I wrote the tabloids.
But in terms of popularity, Mr. Enguarde won, did he not? Yeah. But you know what's ironic, pal? Ron Kurita was always one step behind Mr. Enguarde in everything. This year it seemed like he'd finally caught up, ready for the big final showdown. But Mr. Kurita lost the Grand Prix in the end.
That's too bad. Loser. You must have been pretty downhearted after losing.
Oh, he was dead, Your Honor.
Yeah. They each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book.
Wait just 1 second here. Mr. Enguarde was beating Mr. Kurita in the popularity polls. Well, yeah, I guess, but... Which means that in the defendant's eyes, the victim was not a rival at all. Which means he had no motive to kill at all.
Harumph.
That guy didn't give me a harumph.
Yes, I quite agree. Well, detective?
It's not, well... I guess if you put it that way, then yeah, the defendant would have had no motive.
Oh my god, detective! I'm beginning to see why you were fired.
Don't agree. No, not you too, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. That's...
I look forward to your pension negotiations.
No! Wow, that did a number on my throat.
Now, detective. Let's continue with the testimony. No. Not my poor pension, too.
Detective! If you value your money, I suggest you proceed.
Yes, sir. We could talk about my pension later, sir.
What about what I was saying? Hello? Anyone? Can you hear me?
As for evidence, here's the gem and just burden.
There's his butt. Nice curvature.
Nice.
Do you have any proof that the butt belonged to the victim? It was attached to him.
Ooh.
What do you mean, pal? Oh, let me put it this way. I'm asking you if you have any evidence to back up your claim that this button was ripped off the Gem and Ninja's costume. Huh? Can't you tell by just looking at it? And the victim's blood is on it. I just realized he stabbed exactly where that button should be.
Hmm?
Huh.
Hmm?
Anyone could have smeared that blood on it there afterward. Mr. Edgeworth, help me! Sir! Alright, I knew it had to be this piece of evidence. Now to reel this one in.
Thread.
Son of a bitch. Huh?
The button was attached to the costume by thread, obviously. And that thread snapped when the button was torn off. If you match up the ends of the thread on the costume with the thread on the button, it's a perfect match.
Yeah, that's it. They're a perfect match, pal. That's Edgeworth for you. Never misses a beat. See, even now he's beatboxing over there.
It was ripped off the ninja costume and it was found in Mr. Enguarde's Hakama.
What's a Hakama? When was this button found? Pretty soon after the body was found, we rounded up everyone who knew Mr. Kurita. And then we did a search on them. That's when we found the button.
So it was almost immediately after the murder.
The police didn't have the free time to lollygag and play tricks, unlike some people.
Hey, what are you trying to say about me here?
I'm saying you loof around too much. The defendant's fingerprints was also all over the knife.
I'll fuck your mom if you don't stop.
My mom is dead.
I'll still bang her.
Okay, here's the coordinates.
Why are you agreeing?
Well,
She hasn't gotten any action in years.
you won't be here, so I win.
You don't stop. I'll bang Gumshoe then.
That's fine.
Dang it. lose somebody he cares about. You don't stop, I'll throw dye on your outfits!
That's fine. I'll bane myself. No, wait!
That's what gets it. That's fine. That's it, I'll do myself!
No, please.
How are the fingerprints arranged on the knife? Huh? What do you mean, pal? By examining the fingerprints, you could determine how the defendant held the knife. For example, did he hold it normally or overhand? Oh, that's what you meant. Well, we didn't actually think of that. What do I think Edward's gonna pop up and be like, I did, actually. Can't believe the bumbling of this department.
Hopeless. Were you paying attention to the testimony, right? The defendant's fingerprints were all over the knife. There was no way to determine how the knife was held at the moment of the murder.
Then why is it sticky?
God.
Why is the knife sticky?
Because the blood, fuck, he had sweaty hands, like that fucking weirdo that's across from the screen. You get to see right now. Come on.
Don't you fucking do it. You keep your blob hands to yourself.
So is the defendant the owner of this knife then?
The defendant bought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder.
False. You liar. There's no way this was a premeditated murder. Even if he bought the knife. Sorry, pal. This isn't some pocket knife. It doesn't fold, so it's not great for walking around with either. Well, this is not good. Prosecution can prove it was premeditated murder. We're done for. Phoenix. Yes? There's something very interesting about what the detective said just now. Think carefully before it's too late. A button covered in the victim's blood, and a knife with unguard's fingerprints. Be grateful. If the judge were more rash, he would have already pounded his gavel in you. In closing. Not in you, he would have done it in you.
Yes.
Too. We're still in a world of trouble. Well, before any battle, you must find your enemy's weakness. So let's find the weakness in this testimony, no matter how small it may be. Okay, Phoenix? I got it. Edgeworth, you don't have a dad!
I did. Now he's gone. Ah! What?
Oh my god, I set up spiraling with that one. Wait a second. What? Where? What's on me?
What?
It's the cops! Oh my god. So the basis of your argument that this was a premeditated murder is simply that my client bought a knife beforehand. That's right, pal. The defendant did not buy this knife. Uh-huh. Take a good look at the handle of this knife. You'll see what I'm talking about. Huh?
It has a Gatewater seal set into the handle.
Gatewater? I think I've heard that name somewhere before. That's the name of the hotel. Gatewater Hotel. Uh-oh. It's another deductive.
Oh.
Shit. My money! The murder knife was actually property of the hotel, which means this murder was not premeditated. But it still was my client.
Yeah.
Yes, that is very true. This is a very big... Why is he copying Karma? Get out of here!
I'm not.
You are! They say tisk, tisk, tisk 3 times! You said heh, heh, heh 3 times!
3 is a
It's
formula.
not a magic number!
It's a yes. It is. It's everything is structured in 3s. This fucking justice system is structured in 3s.
You're fired!
Okay. You can't fire me.
I just did!
Judge.
And yet, jury and execution! You want that last bit?
Yes.
Please, end my life.
Yes.
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless.
What?
Tisk.
I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined.
How so?
I admit this knife is hotel property. There is no one currently on the police force that is dumb enough not to realize this.
But I didn't know. Oh.
The question is, where did this knife come from?
Well, that's obvious. It came from the victim, Mr. Kurita's room.
Sorry, Your Honor, but that is incorrect.
He only had potato chips.
The victim ate a last meal before he was murdered.
Why the fuck does he have a camera?
What camera? With that being the case, what are you talking about camera?
Did you not? There's a video camera on his table.
We'll get to that. I don't know what you're talking about. I would like to draw the court's attention to what is on top of the table.
Oh, tomato juice.
No! No, not that.
Teacup.
No.
Bones.
No.
The plate.
No.
The serving tray.
Oh.
The tea plate. How about the knife and fork on the table?
That's it, yes, of course, yes, Your Honor.
Is that a cell phone or an audio recorder in the chair? I guess we're gonna get to that too.
Oh, yes.
Answer the question! There's a lot of stuff I'm starting to realize.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dude.
I'm not going crazy!
Yes, you are.
Then, where in the world did this knife come from?
My mother-in-law.
If it pleases the court, I would like for us to recall the room of the defendant, Mr. Matt Engarde.
Butter.
Especially what was on top of his table.
Bones. Butter.
There was something missing. Perhaps
Teapot.
it is a single knife.
It's just on the floor. He dropped it.
We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Matt Engarde's knife was missing. Miss Engarde had gone to the victim's room with the knife he had used during dinner. Why would he carry a knife on the visit? To kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven this was a premeditated murder.
This is where Phoenix is like, tis.
I'm on this side now!
Amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Absolutely brilliant. A brilliant, clear deduction.
Seems like Edgeworth had this plan from the very beginning. This must be one of those traps. I just walked headlong into it. I activated his trap card!
Mm-hmm.
A murder weapon with fingerprints and a button from the victim's costume. There is quite a sizable amount of evidence here.
I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of your Honor's time. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court.
Sheeran?
Shown to the court.
Evidence not yet shown. He means evidence that the court hasn't seen yet. In other words, new evidence.
What does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright?
Well, Phoenix. The judge is favoring the prosecution right now. We answer with something wrong here. That gavel will be that gavel, good, goo goo gaga. That gavel of his will be ringing out of to the sound of our defeat.
Mr. Wright, do you have some thing important and necessary to present this court?
Show me the court record.
Think of something that is quite odd. Doesn't make sense. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. You can't stop me. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna jump. I'll do it. I'll jump.
Alright, so like something that doesn't make sense.
Okay, what have we come across that doesn't make sense? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Tomato juice didn't make sense. Okay.
Good job. You did it.
Oh, is it tomato
Yeah.
juice? There's one piece of evidence that catches my attention. Something that this court is yet to see.
Mr. Wright, I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However, I am giving you one chance and only one.
What the judge is saying, right, is don't try pulling one of your usual bluffs here.
If I mess this up, it's curtains for all of us.
You may now present one and only one piece of evidence. Now then, you see how your bar is flashing? That's what I mean by one. What is this important evidence you wish to show? This is a wine glass, is it not?
Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time.
Oh, his lotion, it's on the floor.
The scene is a mess because of the victim's struggle against his assailant. The vase was broken. His makeup is all over the floor. Also, why does he wear makeup? He has a mask on. Nobody sees his face.
The self-esteem issues.
There was like a sigh of, oh shit, he caught that notice real quick. They're all things that were at one point sitting on top of the dresser.
Yes. Well, yes, I see your point.
However, this glass that is sitting on top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen over, along with everything else, is this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration.
Huh? Why? Just a wine glass.
Well, what do you have to say?
Oh, well, yes, it is a little peculiar.
Yes, isn't it? I thought it was.
You could stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours now. Mr. Edgeworth,
What is it, Your Honor?
your opinion?
You don't need my opinion. Because there is no special meaning to that glass.
What?
It's safe to say that the glass was set there after the crime took place, by the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example. She could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking.
That does sound very plausible, Mr. Wright.
Miss Andrews really had set that glass down without thinking? No. If I appear weak here, the trial's over. I can look for my proof later. For now, I should just trust my instinct and report what's certain. They just might fall for it. If you're thought-provoking enough. I kissed my mom.
Okay? What about the glass?
I don't know anything about a glass.
Okay.
I just want to let you guys know I kissed my mom. The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup on the table.
You've turned the situation on its head yet again as usual. Damn you. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim?
There's no way he has any. He's just bluffing.
Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it.
What? Fuck you. You want to fight?
You're not thinking hard enough today, right? Did you think this wine glass escaped my notice?
Then.
Of course it had been thoroughly inspected for fingerprints.
Fingerprints.
There were only one set of fingerprints left on this wine glass.
Only one. Well, whose were they?
They were not the victim nor the defendants. Rather, they were one Adrian Andrews.
What?
Wine glass found next to the victim is filled with tomato juice bears Andrews' fingerprints. That is why I said that the person who had discovered the body had left it there. Are we done here, Mr. Wright?
but it had tomato juice in it, which she got from his room. Because there was no tomato juice in On Guard's room.
I'll play it again. I gotta grab my drink. It's all the way over there for some reason.
I am not... God, this controller.
Oh, the right side. Don't. I should have warned you about the right side. I pissed on it.
Ugh. Can't believe I fell into another trap.
Ow. Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Kurita.
False.
But upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser.
What you just said makes a lot of sense.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
God damn it.
Now, do you see right? You can't change any part of my scenario as it explains everything all too well.
Is that the answer I'm supposed to get as you've just turned back to your old self?
Oh no. I would be,
More pompous
oh, well,
or more self-righteous?
more denying what you're saying. Like, without proof. I've thought long and hard this past year about what it means to be a prosecutor.
Oh.
And from here on out, I will show you the answer I've come to discover.
Wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth. I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict.
Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. The prosecution has yet another witness we would like the court to hear from.
Another witness.
Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness. As I grab my script.
No, old bag. God damn it. I don't like her. What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking?
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. Witness, your name and occupation, please.
He got shot!
Gotcha!
Wonder what happened to the calm composure he had earlier.
Oh, Edgy boy, it's been what, a year since we last met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me.
I saw the report with her testimony, but who knew that under that helmet, it was the Wicked Witch of the witness stand?
I tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. So today I'm going to tell you anything and everything, even things that don't have to do with the terrible crime.
Miss Witness, that terrible crime is all the court needs to know about.
I haven't been with another man for years. Shush! I'm talking to my dear Edgy Wedgy right now. Don't interrupt the scripts.
Yes, madam.
No, please, by all means, interrupt her, please. Anyways, witness, your testimony, please.
It's true what they say that youth are hot-headed nowadays. Not that I mind at all, Edgy. Now then, what should I start with?
The witness was on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Holdbag?
It was a great job being able to see my dearie Juan. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle. Is it true what they say about prosecutors who dress fancy?
It is true, but don't touch me.
They want to stay 50 feet away from you? Yes, indeed.
You mean you were a fan of the victim?
Look, everyone is crazy over On Guard saying that he's cute in a fresh way or something. But not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I'm not interested in a little child like him. I'm only interested in a real man, Juan Kurita.
Those two were the same age.
Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that last night.
Very well. Please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder.
Leave it to me, Edgy Poo.
Ready for this one? Ready? Ready for this one? Ready for this one? She's lying because Lotta was there.
Laura did say that she was not there the entire time.
Yes.
God. I wonder if that's on camera. Wonder if that guy might got that.
It's pain. I think he's possessed your cat. It's probably because I smell like another cat.
Maybe, yeah. My gosh, she does not go on to vent this testimony. Unbelievable.
Anyway, after the testimony. Fuck! After the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know.
After the testimony, I went to pace around Edgy's room.
Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was on guard, not on guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room.
Yeah, they just made love. Let him leave.
So Mr. Ungard came from the victim's room?
See? It has to be him. He's the murderer.
He's gay.
Yes.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
What you witnessed?
Yes. Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room.
Miss Oldbeck, what was your post on that night?
The lobby. I was supposed to help set up the stage for that trifling show, but I refused to help out. You know, it was for that lead-headed samurai show. I even took out a few of the nails.
Maybe it was a good thing the show didn't go on.
Besides, that manager with the glasses seemed to be working hard at it without me, so I thought I'd take a break and spread my wings a little.
And that's when you went to hang around the victim's door?
There was something I was interested in finding out, you know.
Something you were interested in. And just what was that?
It's not some little thing I just go around telling everyone, you know. It's top secret between me and Juan. And Edgy-Poo, of course.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is this thing she was interested in?
I have no idea. I despise gossip, Your Honor.
His wiener. She's been after mine for a year.
And she's after that as well, yes.
Gossip.
But should it prove relevant, we can always have it appended to a testimony later.
Looks like we shouldn't force it right now. Never force it. Never force it. So you break your wiener.
What?
And did the witness stay in the vicinity of the victim's door the entire time?
Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out on the whole time.
Oh? Then would you please tell us the number of people who went in and out of Mr. Kurita's room?
I have no idea. I wasn't born so I could count things for those who didn't pay attention to class. That's why ever since I turned 20, I quit keeping track of how old I really am.
Can you go to her... Can we go to the court record and see how old she is?
It says...
Is it just question marks?
Yeah.
Oh my god! I love it when the game's like, fuck, even we don't know.
Yes, well, that would explain why your age was not included in the report.
In any case, the witness then saw someone, correct? That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of the poor Juan's room.
Was he the last one to come out of that room now? Who in the world was that?
I'm not allowed to see. This sort of information has to be carefully guarded from the masses, Sully. The man that came out of Juan's room. He was.
Yes, he was.
Ah! I'm too scared. I can't say his name out loud.
Was it Juan? Did Juan leave his room? Based on how she's looking, I think it was Juan.
Ah!
Oh, what I wouldn't give to have Francisca's whip right now. Right about now.
Well, I guess I can tell you, since he was such a bad boy anyway.
It was on guard, not on guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room.
Sorry. Does she have the hots for Matt on guard now because he's considered a bad boy because he's a murderer?
Nah. She's just flustered because of the gossip.
You saw my client. Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
Louis, but when I say I saw someone, I saw that person.
Why do I get a sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year, I should delve into this a little bit.
Specifically what thing? To avoid a repeat of last year.
His face. His clothes. That's not gonna avoid last year. That's gonna make us go over last year. Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail.
What a troublesome man you are. Really, as if something like that matters.
But it does.
Now what was it? Oh!
I thought you were saying to avoid from the repeat we say, did you, the face, give me the face. Did you see his face?
No, make sure that she did not see him in costume.
Now what was it? Oh yes, it was that thing!
Ah, his penis! It was hanging out. He always does it. He gets everybody with it. What thing?
That gaudy thing he's always wearing, that racing jacket.
Meow. Big fan of Street Racer. He was wearing that at the detention center too.
That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons! Men!
And it almost got you out of yours, didn't it? Right.
So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way?
Yeah. Of course it was important, Your Honor. Shit!
Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony was important.
Don't you see it, Edgeworth? Edgy boy, edgy my guy. Oh! He didn't have those pants on. They found a button on.
He was in his outfit. He was in his Nickel Samurai costume, yes.
Your Honor, I request... Thank God my brain clicked when he said that. Your Honor, I request that what the witness said about the jacket be appended to her testimony.
I don't quite see where you're going with this, but... Alright, witness, please.
Ah, well, I don't like to badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must...
He was a shitbag.
He was wearing his flashy racing jacket. Honestly, it's just all for show.
Are you sure the defendant was wearing a racing jacket?
What do you think? It's not like I've seen him in anything other than that horrible thing. I'm sure he was wearing it.
What a odd way to phrase that. I'm sure he was wearing it.
Yeah, I'm sure he was wearing the jacket.
Yeah, but the phrasing of it makes it sound like you're guessing that's what he was wearing.
I'm sure. What do you think sure means?
Yeah, but never mind.
It's okay, it's okay.
No, the way I'm thinking of
More
it
chest
is
hair, more chest hair.
there's no chest hair.
There we go.
It's a shirt.
We need the viewer attention.
The way I'm thinking of it is correct. It's the emphasis on how she's saying it, or how you said it, that makes it sound not right.
You've seen something bad about my deliveries?
Of that line delivery, yes. Makes me guess what she was thinking. Can't get mad at me for buying into your line delivery to where I'm like, well, that's not right. She's so sure of herself that it's the point of self-absorption. She may not remember things or be mistaken here. There, but I don't think she's lying. That's bad for us, really bad. But that's how the human mind is. It also has the tendency to jump off topic. She strayed onto a few interesting side topics this time too, hasn't she? But that's what makes her a sweet old lady, right? That's because you're not the one who has to question her.
Okay, yeah. Yes?
He wasn't in his outfit, his kamikama.
He was Kama.
Miss Oldbag,
What? Don't say my name for no reason.
do you know what this is?
Ah! It's my number 2 on the Jamie Ninja's costume!
Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it in a single glance.
Give it here! Give it here! If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this!
Shit. Now I know she's obsessed. It's got like a 2 scratched into the button that lets you know it's button 2. Wow, she really is a diehard fan. Well, this is diehard. She's not in love with Bruce Willis. She likes him.
Oh, is it?
To want a button covered in blood? This button was discovered on Mr. Enguarde's body during a full body search.
See? See? This button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it was not Vasco Enguarde!
It was caught up in the pleats of his Nickel Samurai Hakama pants.
See? See? And Enguarde is the Nickel Samurai.
Witness! Me. Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination. But just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Matt Enguarde, was wearing his usual racing jacket?
Ah! I'm so sorry. So why do you judge people based on what they wear? If I wore that trendy dress, then you would think I was the most gorgeous woman ever. But instead I have to put up with this ridiculous looking outfit. You can his outfit's hideous, right? I got a tape recorder stuck to my chest. Let me tell you, it's heavy, so heavy. I would have switched to see these ages ago. But give me that treatment life for all those kids out there. I work hard to put a smile on my face. Don't you understand? Now you take a look in the mirror. Your girls are as interesting as the documentary on curling. You should take a tip from Tipo 10 from that Jeep. Now he's got style.
Now hold your tongue still there for 1 second. So what you saw in actuality was not Mr. Enguarde the man, but Mr. Enguarde the Nickel Samurai.
But when you think about it, they're really one and the same anyway.
Miss Oldbag, it's a very important point we're talking about.
Reggie Poo, don't you think so too?
Well, it might be something worth considering.
Just say it's important and agree with me for a change.
Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify. Sister.
All right, if you insist.
I should be the one signed, not you.
Alright, now we're going to get to this testimony in
The next episode.
Thank you for watching this episode of Ace Stunning Justice for All. Make sure to like and subscribe and above me no time to be a public. Cheers.
Every day.
Bye-bye. I can't get over that. I can't.
Oh, owie! Wah!